Hello, bonjour. Let's take a couple minutes and talk about a French grammatical concept that I refer to as ODAPP. So ODAPP is just simply an acronym standing for Objet direct avant un participe passé. And it might be, depending upon the situation, it might be an actual objet direct or it might be a pronom d'objet direct. Either one works. The super grammary type of explanation here is that when you have a direct object or a direct object pronoun of any sort coming before a past participle, and that doesn't mean it's immediately before. There can often be a couple words in between the direct object or direct object pronoun and the past participle. So don't let that throw you off. But when it comes before a past participle, the past participle needs to agree with the direct object in number and gender. And I should say that I am making this video for teachers to learn this way of teaching the concept to students or helping students remember ODAPP. This is not for students. If I were teaching it to students, I would go a lot slower and break it down more. So when you use ODAPP, it is important to know that in French, sometimes this can change the pronunciation of the past participle. And that just really depends upon what the past participle is, what your verb is, and then also what it's agreeing with. So here are a few examples. In that first example, the direct object is t-shirts. So with il a acheté les t-shirts, we don't have any agreement because the direct object comes after the past participle, which is acheté. In that second sentence, il les a achetés, he bought them being the t-shirts, we do have agreement because les is our direct object pronoun and it is coming before the past participle. So les is plural and it's standing for something that is plural and masculine, les t-shirts, so we add an S. And then in the third sentence, voilà les t-shirts qu'il a achetés. So here are the t-shirts that he bought. This one can be a little bit trickier because we have the that. So what did he buy? He bought the t-shirts. The t-shirts are our direct object. They just happen to be coming before the past participle. So there, that's another situation of ODAPP, objet direct avant un participe passé, because that direct object, the t-shirt, is in front of acheter. In the second example, j'ai fait la tarte, I made the pie. We don't have any agreement because the direct object is after the past participle fait. Je l'ai faite, I made it. There we do have agreement and we have ODAPP going on. So there's an E at the end of fait. That changes the pronunciation to fait. And then tu as vu la tarte que j'ai faite. That is, did you see the pie that I made? I made the pie. The pie is our direct object, so we make the past participle fait agree. In the third example, elles ont choisi les calculatrices. They chose the calculators. Elles les ont choisi. They chose them. Them, les, is standing for something that is plural and feminine, les calculatrices. So choisi has an E and an S at the end of it. However, that doesn't change the pronunciation because, as we know, typically when an E and an S or just a solo E or a solo S hangs out at the end of any French word, it's generally not pronounced. Le prof aime les calculatrices qu'elles ont choisies. The teacher likes the calculators that they chose. So there, again, we have ODAPP because the direct object, les calculatrices, is in front of a few words in front of choisi. So choisi agrees again. In the last example, vous avez fini le devoir. Did you finish the homework? We don't have any agreement because the direct object, the homework, is after the past participle, fini. Vous l'avez fini. Did you finish it? It, referring back to that single piece of homework. So we do have ODAPP, but because the direct object pronoun here, that L apostrophe, is there for something that is masculine and singular, there is no extra letter. It's an ODAPP situation. We just don't have to add anything to the past participle. And same thing in that last sentence. Où est le devoir que vous avez fini? Where's the homework that you finished? The homework is the direct object, and it is before the past participle, but it's masculine and singular, so we just don't have to do anything. So this is kind of like the grammar nerd style of it. This is really breaking it down, seeing all the parts. For some teachers, I know some teachers completely nerd out about this sort of thing, and that's awesome. I am with you. And some teachers are like, oh God, no, just what do I tell my kids? Like, what is the short and sweet? What is the breakdown of this? And I have something for you. It's a song. So the song is really all you need to know. You don't have to know all those little pieces. That's just for people who like the grammatical aspect of it. So this song is to the tune of Do Your Ears Hang Low. And full disclosure, warning, I am going to sing. I am not a singer. So it goes like this. The simplest version of the song is, if there's a le, la, lay in front of a participe passé, make it agree with an SES or nothing. So that or nothing is that last example that I showed you with le devoir. It's masculine and singular, so you don't have to make it agree. So you can go a little bit further if you want. And you can say, if there's a le, la, lay direct object in front of a participe passé, make it agree with an SES or nothing. Or sometimes you might want to just like hold up a sign. If there's a le, la, lay direct object in front of a participe passé, make it agree with an SES or nothing. Or you might want to make it completely goofy and sing, if there's a le, la, lay, or any other direct object or direct object pronoun in front of a participe passé, make it agree with an SES or nothing. So what I generally tell my students is the le, la, lay is just the stand-in in the song for any direct object or direct object pronoun. It might be a le, la, lay situation. That's probably the most common, but there are other situations too. So one more time, the just base of the song. If there's a le, la, lay in front of a participe passé, make it agree with an SES or nothing. Let's look at a couple more examples. So here we go. Elle a écrit les cartes postales. She wrote the postcards. Great. So step one is figuring out, okay, what's our direct object? It's les cartes postales, and then we're going to put in a direct object pronoun. Elle les a écrits. So les would be for les cartes postales. But as you can see in this sentence, we got a le, la, lay in front of a participe passé. We better make it agree with an SES or nothing. So here we have a situation where we had to make it agree with an ES because that les, that's our direct object pronoun, and it's standing for les cartes postales. That's feminine and plural. So we make écrit become écrite, feminine and plural. Here's another example. Tu as vu moi après l'école. Did you see me after school? So if that moi is someone who identifies as female, then we have to use our direct object pronoun. Tu m'as vu après l'école. Did you see me after school? Tu m'as vu. We got a le, la, lay, or in this case, another direct object or direct object pronoun. In front of a participe passé, we better make it agree with an SES or nothing. In this case, we make it agree with an E because that M apostrophe is standing for moi, being someone who identifies as female. Zara et Zinedine ont mangé le sandwich. So these two people ate the sandwich. Step one is figuring out, okay, let's take out sandwich and put in a direct object pronoun. Zara et Zinedine l'ont mangé. So Zara and Zinedine ate it. We got a le, la, lay in front of a participe passé. Make it agree with an SES or nothing. In this case, we don't add anything because le sandwich, it is an ODAPP situation because we have a direct object pronoun coming before a past participle, which is manger, But that L apostrophe, standing for le sandwich, is masculine and singular. So we don't have to do anything. So that's it. That is the ODAPP, objet direct avant en participe passé, grammatical concept in French, as well as the song that goes with it that you can teach your students at any point. Maybe you break things down right away. Maybe you break things down long after you have been doing direct object pronouns in the passé composé. That's fine. Either way is great. But you can teach your kids that song to help them remember how to make the past participle agree in an ODAPP situation.